Wasteland guy. You could always go, hey, what if I told you I already did that?
Yeah. And we are back. Session. I done lost it. Session 41. It's 2 weeks in a row. It's odd.
Yes.
And it doesn't look like the Discord overlay is working on the OBS either, so that's
Fun.
Yep. Let's see if I can work on that. How about you guys do the recap while I figure this out?
Okay. Well, seem to recall we start getting the town together, and I think we're getting ready to finally go hunt down the creatures.
Yeah, I think Jack had found
A direction.
Yeah, a direction and such. Sounds like they were trying to cover their track a little bit though. We got one of the guard towers, or did we get both of them? I can't remember. But I know we got one guard tower up.
You have one completed, and the other one has been ordered.
Got it. Okay. All right. Yeah, we helped them out with the one, and they've gotten their garden up and stuff like that. Yeah.
Nice. Anyways.
Knuckles.
Yeah, see how the dice are doing.
Okay, can y'all talk a little bit for me? Make any noise.
Blah, 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 blah.
There we go. All right, it's working.
Working.
Oh, no, I had to rebuild the whole widget thing, so that was weird. But I suppose that's the equivalent of turning it off and on again for widgets in OBS. But let's get this other thing configured that it's now going to take longer than it normally would.
And you also told us that a platoon of Brotherhood soldiers were going to come over and protect the sound of Raven's Nest.
I did not say no such thing.
Oh,
That's right.
why.
You said that you were going to give me a jetpack and a Gatling laser.
Nice.
Nope.
I know you're pulling one of my stunts right now. You got to be a little bit better at it.
I need more practice. I need to learn from the master. Yeah.
Trying to con the con.
Yeah, and I seem to recall also something about maybe something that ran through my head, not actually happened. Is some super mutant with a vertebrate broadsword on a rad cycle went whizzing by at some point.
Yeah, I think that was all in your head.
Pretty sure.
All right.
I want Jack's commercials. Those are awesome.
So let's talk about the tracks that Jack found for a little bit here. As you found out last week, the creatures that you're looking for, the Phantom Stalkers, are, of course, they're acting very much like hyenas, albeit probably smarter than your basic hyena. They are very much attempting to hide their tracks, their direction, and to some degree attempting to hide their numbers. You did find, or Jack spent quite a while looking at these tracks, trying to figure out which way they're going, and he believes he knows the direction they are going, based on having found like the circling pattern that they do in several areas, and just looking at how much they've gone over each step and everything else, and believes that they're heading from the Raven's Nest area. They're heading in a northeast direction. There is one other thing, Jack. If you would roll a survival for me, we're going to put the difficulty we'll put it at 0. Let you guys get a little bit of AP generation here, potentially. But if you would roll a survival check for me, please.
Straight or...
Yeah, just whatever the default ability is.
Okay. Ooh.
Refresh your luck, everybody, as well.
Okay, I'm gonna just try to make that go away.
And that gives you 1 success. So that gives you guys an action point. And
do you have any perks that have it in addition to, or anything like that? Depending on what you...
Yeah, well...
it is regarding tracking. Okay, anything specific about that?
Awareness, no. Okay, Hunter. That's attacks.
Slash.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have something that's reduced your luck to 5 for some reason?
Yeah.
Okay. So 5 is your current max then?
Yeah, that's my... Yeah.
It's, Pathfinder. Nope, that's true. Speed.
What is your Pathfinder one?
That has to do with getting people back and forth faster.
Okay, yeah. I can't really twist that one to apply. I was going to try and twist it a little bit for you, but if it's that specific...
Well, have to make a survival check to reduce travel time by half.
Yeah, it says when traveling over. Okay. Yeah. That won't work. Okay, well, you got 1 success anyway. There was, amongst all the other tracks that you saw, like you saw the Phantom Stalker's tracks very clearly. That's the majority of what you saw. But here and there, almost as if the Phantom Stalker's tracks were trying to obscure it, you did see another track, another footprint here and there that was about 5 to 7 times larger than the Phantom Stalker's tracks.
Okay.
The Jurassic? Sorry.
One would hope not, but...
I know, right?
I didn't hear what you said. What was it?
I said, is that a Jurassic?
A Drask? Is that a D&D thing?
Jurassic. Yeah, it's a D&D thing, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still learning all the D&D monsters.
Yeah, it's big, it's mean, and there's only one of them on any given world.
Okay, well, this one is big and mean, but there's not just one on any given world.
Well, that's...
I don't know if it's as big as mean as the other creature, but anyway. That's what you've seen, that's what you know. You do have, again, you have other quests that you can be looking into. It is entirely up to you which way you want to go today.
What do you think about that big track then? I'm guessing you told us about it, so that's why I'm talking. So, is it a death claw?
could I roll to see if I actually recognize it, or is it just too messed up?
I'll let you roll again on another difficulty 0. And one, just let you guys try and build some AP before getting into anything today, and 2, the answer is going to be the same thing no matter what. So, roll. Aye, there you go.
We're gonna need those.
That's the last of the free AP for today. Now on, you got to buy it. Or earn it the hard way.
Yeah.
So the track, the best you can figure, there's no real way for you to know for sure what kind of creature it is. It's certainly big enough to where it could be a Deathclaw, but it's also big enough it could be a super mutant's footprint. Excuse me. The problem is, while it is indenting the ground deeper than the Phantom Stalkers are coming around it and stepping in and like breaking the edges of it, so you never had a clear, crisp imprint of this larger creature. The Phantom Stalker's footprints would, obscure it enough to where, you knew that, well, it didn't go out that way. That's a bunch of little Phantom Stalkers going out there making it look like a seventh toe or claw or something. But that's the Stalker's footprints just kind of messing with it. So you never got a clear, crisp image of it. You could find the edges well enough to be like, okay, yeah, it's big enough. It could be a Deathclaw. It could be a super mutant. Not quite big enough to be a behemoth mutant. But definitely it could be any number of larger creatures in the wasteland. The only odd part about it is how the Phantom Stalkers seem to be intentionally obscuring these footprints.
No, I don't think it could. It can't be any worse than that subway tunnel we were in. We really could have used your help then, Eugene. Whew.
What y'all run into?
Everything. And I think it was all in her head, too. That's the bad part.
How would I be able to help if it was all in your head?
But it still messed up our armor,
things
dude.
to fight. It just what we thought we saw and what was actually there seemed to be distinct. Yeah, not much help.
If nothing else, there would have been another person they were banging on. They
Had a tough time getting through this Brotherhood armor.
I don't know. They put a whooping on me. I can tell you that.
Yeah, they all had breach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so can't really identify the what it is. So yeah.
I think it just means that we need to make sure we take care of this situation.
Yes.
Because we done put in a lot of effort for the nest. I don't want to see it all go for naught. Bob and his brother Daryl and his other brother Daryl, they're pretty nice people.
Yep. I like Daryl. Daryl's alright though.
Well, those guys have names now. Note of that.
I was wondering if that was gonna.
I was like, I can't remember if they had names, and here we go.
They did not have names. Now they do.
Right.
That's probably why they stuck around, because Bob and his two brothers.
Bob, Daryl, other Daryl. All right. I'll figure out how to set the Wanderers up correctly later. Oh.
All right. So, let's see.
So what's your plan?
Well,
Just
I mean, I guess
tracking them, but
I'm gonna take everything off of Honey. I'm gonna take everything off of Honey and put it in storage, or put it on Betsy. Actually, I'm gonna put it in storage because I don't think Betsy can hold anymore. And listen, not that I don't like Honey, but we could use Honey for bait if we don't find nothing. That is.
Yeah. If you're sure.
Sure, I got some landmines. I'll put them around her.
And there's this nice ringing clang as palm meets forehead through armor.
Oh, I know. I'll put some earmuffs on her so she don't get spooked. That'll be good. Oh, I need to make 2 sets. I keep forgetting that.
All right.
But if y'all are willing, I'll take Honey with us, and we can,
Wait, what?
See
Sit it.
if you can edit that parcel.
All right. I got it. Let's see. Take the sugar bomb and drop it, right? It says drop item links here, so the link is the lightning bolt, correct?
Yes.
All right. Got it. And drop. All right.
Yeah, I'm unable. I am unable to change any like caps or scripts or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So don't worry about that. The 2D20 system does not appear to have a good party inventory that the players can edit yet. So
Okay.
I'm still working on trying to figure that out.
Well,
Yeah,
let's just
Sal
say,
can handle
if Honey dies, then we'll take care of that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Just leave everything on there for now, but we
Yeah.
know that we're saving the gear.
And if nothing else, I'll get another one and blah, blah, blah. So, I have to go to Carbon.
So,
I bought Honey, so he's not a perk or anything. So.
No. Yeah. The sacrificial lamb has been cleared of all burdens. Everything's been stored at Raven Lodge.
All right.
You, based on what you have seen, Jack, you know that the trail is going to be starting out about right there from Raven's Nest. You don't know what the trail will do once it gets to the area around Waco. But that is the general direction it's going to be going from Raven's Nest.
All right.
If you have... No. Are you guys seeing this? Maybe not.
No.
Don't see anything.
There we go.
Okay, now I have the map.
Yeah. And y'all should, in the future, just for future reference, y'all should be able to open that map up by going to images in the right-hand side underneath the campaign group. That's just called the Texas Current Known map.
Besides this, I can actually see everything. So I don't have multiple screens. Alright, so...
Real quick, never mind. Try to remind me about monitors after the game, okay? And we'll have that conversation. But we'll keep going.
That sounds interesting. Okay. So you got honey ready. Are you leaving Betsy behind?
Yeah, I'm not going to take Betsy.
And then will you?
That way, if we have to cut and run,
Yeah.
I will miss honey, but
It ain't Betsy.
right, it ain't Betsy.
All right.
Now, don't go killing Betsy and all everybody else at Raven Nest. Now, I'll be a little torn then.
Well, Betsy's at Raven Watch though.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey, why is this reactor starting to go kaboom? Yeah.
I mean, there is a big explosion that starts one of the official adventures. That could happen in Watch.
Still.
As you go past, you go up to Watch to drop some things off, and you head back down to being a following the trail. You do notice that there is now a job board at Raven Watch. It seems as though that since the Brotherhood has come in there and was able to use some of the technology to not only track signals of other advanced pieces of technology in the wasteland area, or in the Texas wasteland area, they have also set up a radio system that is now connecting all the major settlements. And they're, so your Carbon job board, your Waco job board, etc., they have also forwarded all the jobs that they have so they can be listed at Raven Watch as well. Since pretty much all the major cities now have an idea that there's an adventuring group out there that is operating out of Raven Watch. So they're quote-unquote petitioning your services by sending the information about their various jobs to your base.
Okay. How many people do we have defending the base?
The Brotherhood has a platoon there with about 100 men.
Oh, okay. All right.
Half of which are typically out on some kind of patrol, though.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. Okay.
Well, it took some doing to breach the defenses last when we did it, so...
Yeah. Just making sure that, we didn't have like 4 guys hanging out. If so, I need to upgrade the Bastion's bunker. And, sorry.
Anyways, let's see. So,
Will you be taking a Humvee or going by foot?
well,
Keep in mind, you will be with Honey following you, and taking the Humvee will cost it more fuel than the actual travel would require typically, because you'll have to go slower.
Right.
yeah, let's go by foot.
Yeah, I think tracking would probably be easier by foot anyhow, so.
Okay. Then you spend the better part of a day following the tracks. Jack is going through the tracks, looking at them very closely, trying to, catch a glimpse of this large track again, but also more focused on, are we going the right way, or are we backtracking them? And for the most part, Jack feels that you are actually following their fresher tracks and following where they're going now instead of looking for where they came from. Unless I have that wrong and y'all were looking for where they came from originally.
trying to hunt them down for the time being.
Okay.
And
Then yes.
finding where they came from might help later.
All right. Then you are going the right way. You reach this point right here near Waco, where the trail doesn't exactly end, but it does start to get more obscured, harder to follow because you're now in the ruins of what was a very large city. So there's not as much dust, dirt, and everything for them to leave tracks in. There's a lot of concrete that they're stepping over. They're traveling over the broken buildings. So you're still finding some signs here and there, some torn fur on some rebar, that kind of thing that you're able to follow. But it does slow you down to where you're now. Yes. Although I don't know why Honey is asking about it.
Oh, my bad. I think I had. That was my last. Yeah. I can't remember tokens.
It's fine. I'm messing with you. I just we only care about it when you start rolling dice, really. It's just funny to say it. But I'll get to that in a moment. Yeah.
All
right. So you spend another day here in the ruins of Waco trying to find this. During that time, you do encounter a few of the scavenging parties from Waco, a few merchant caravans that look to be traveling with a heavier guard than typical. And you overhear their conversations. They're all talking about the new attacks, new creatures that are out there, and caravans that have been going, not only the ones that have been going missing for some time now, but new caravans are being attacked and ravaged for fresh meat, essentially. All the other supplies are left behind, but the Brahmin are gutted. The humans are shredded to pieces, or all the guards, humans, ghouls, etc. And they all seem to be a bit on edge with this. Some of them are still talking about the noises at night before attacks occur. What would you like to do while you're on the edge of Waco here?
Can I go talk shop with the fellow traders?
Sure.
All right.
What would you like to talk about?
Hey, how you doing? Looks like you were you coming out of Waco, or you going in?
So the one you are approaching, they're actually on their way out. They have 6 armed guards with them this time. Or at this time, which you know that the typical amount is like 2, maybe 3, depending on the goods that are being carried and how many Brahmin there are. However, this particular caravan, you see the caravan master himself, 1 Brahmin and 6 guards.
Okay, seems a little excessive. I gotcha.
Yes.
Oh.
He looks at you, and for a moment the guards all kind of, their hands go to their weapons, and then they relax a little bit. And the caravan master is like, well, we're headed out. We're on our typical run. Gonna go down and hit Brazos, then make our way back up to Kaufman. Mostly exporting all the things from Waco here, the drinks, and then we'll be bringing back in the resources from the other cities. Can I do you for anything? Maybe you want to trade. I got some other odds and ends that are not already spoken for.
Remind me, does Brazos, they do the colas?
No, Waco is the cola.
Oh, okay. Then what's Brazos again? My apologies.
No, that's fine. I actually don't remember all that well myself, so let me pull up my notes here.
Sure.
Go to locations and Brazos. I'll open up Waco too, just to be certain I've told you everything correctly.
Would that be any information that I have?
Yes. This is simple things for you guys to know already. Yeah.
Would that be? Oh, do you have that somewhere that I could get a hold of it, or is that just?
Well, yes,
like,
I do actually. On Conca. Yeah, Conca. I'll send the link out again.
Okay.
Where did I put Discord at? Where did,
Shut down Discord as
where
well.
did I put it? There it is. All right. There's the link. That's technically the link directly to the Brazos one. But if you sign up on Conca, I'll get you the invite to the campaign, and then you'll see characters, locations. I can put maps on there, but I'm not going to duplicate maps on Conca and Fantasy Grounds. But everything that's like just informational things that I feel like you guys should or may need access to when I don't have the server up and running will be on Conca. Or Kanka, however you pronounce it.
Gotcha.
So Brazos, they are the greenhouse of the Tang organization.
Okay.
So they're much of the food production, the non-meat production anyway, of the Tang. And Waco is the brewers, so they produce a lot of the alcohol, but mostly their focus is on a post-war version of Nuka-Cola. And Carbon is, of course, your farming, your hometown and the livestock.
Mhm.
And then Kaufman is mostly a scavenger town.
Well, I let him know about the Raven's Nest, and let him know, if he needs any water or anything, or a good supply of fresh water, you can go by there and trade with those guys.
Well, I thank you that finding an abundant supply of fresh water is a rare thing these days, especially one that is available for trade in such a way. How much did you say they have there?
They have access to a supply. The amount, they haven't, worked on that yet. So I couldn't, give you an accurate account of that. But they have enough to at least trade with you or give you for your Brahmin and yourself,
Well, perhaps we can, seeing as you're a savvy businessman like myself, perhaps we'll keep that between us for now until we can arrange some sort of deal.
Yeah, they've just started up, so they're novices, so don't give them a hard time and don't try to take them for everything they got. But
Well, of course not. Never.
Can I retcon something real quick,
Uh-oh.
or at least ask for a retcon? And it's not a big thing.
What is it?
Can we have a black raven as our Raven Watch, like sigil or something?
Sure.
And then
Did y'all
can
make
I
a sigil
have?
yet?
No, but I was thinking, maybe we should have something like that to let people know who we are. And I'd request that, at least on my armor, that that be put on, somewhere on my shoulder or on my chest or something like that to say, hey, I'm from Raven Watch.
Okay. They don't have a build, so I guess you go there. Daryl's the guard. Their other Daryl is the tending crops. There we go. Yeah, they don't have a person building, so he's not the leader. So I guess just the blank is build. Yeah, so you can make it a black raven, and you can speak with. You'll have to find somebody that can paint for your armor, I guess. Or paint it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be, anything special. I mean, I don't know if I could, I don't know if they use stencils or what, but yeah.
Mm-mm.
I'm sure I can get somebody to weld out like a rough thing of a raven's head, or the at least like the a raven flying or something like that. I don't know. In a piece of metal that I could, if they could weld it out, and then I could just use that as a stencil and slap on some paint and say, doesn't have to be perfect or pretty, just okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll say that you've already got it, like at Raven's Nest itself. You've already got a sign up there that has the bird on it.
Okay.
And now you're on the lookout for anything you can do to try and stencil it, or maybe even put kind of like how they did in The Mandalorian, where it's actually a 3D
Right.
piece.
Right.
All right, so you spoke with this merchant. He is aware of Raven's Nest and the bountiful supply of water they have there.
Well, yeah. No, I would say bountiful. I said they have a supply of water.
Well, to
And
him,
enough
that translated to bountiful.
Oh, well, right. Enough for those 6 or 7 people in the Brahmin to trade for stuff. So, have y'all heard about these funny dogs out here?
Funny dogs. I mean, I've heard about the new creature that has a strange noise that it makes before it attacks. There's been a few selves attacked. A lot of caravans have been attacked by it. I would say missing, but we have found their remains. So they're not exactly missing anymore. But that's why I've got such a heavy guard with me now. I'm barely making any profit anymore.
I tell you a secret. They don't like the light. You got any flare guns or something that makes a lot of light?
Not exactly. I suppose we could get a hold of some flare guns, but then and you see him counting on his fingers a little bit. Like, well, if I buy flare guns, then I'm not making any profit. What's the point then?
Well, profit can only be used if you're alive.
Well, that is
you pay
true.
those guards?
Well, they get the standard fare of 100 caps per leg of the trade route.
You think you'd need that many guards if you could just blind the enemy?
Well, how long do the flares last? Not that long by the last time I saw one. And would I be able to get away, or would they just chase me down after I fired my last flare?
Well, something better than nothing. I'm just trying to be helpful.
Well, I got to go with the option that gives me the best chances of actual survival. And while the flares may be good for a place that is defended... Hold on. I'm going to backtrack that a little bit. This guy's not that tactically minded. That's the GM with his own tactics coming out too much. Well, I was advised. There we go. I was advised by the Tang commander here in Waco that the best thing is just keep on moving, and get away from these things, and maybe even do my best to not even set up camp, and just rest once we get to the settlements. That's gonna be hard on old Hookshaw here.
Well, I understand that. Are you talking about your Brahmin Is he talking about his Roman?
Yeah, he as he said that, he kind of reached over and was just petting one of the heads.
But I got a fresh Brahmin here. I'd trade you.
Well, I mean, at the moment, Hookshaw's fresh.
Oh, well, I mean, like, Honey here, she's young. She, not to say that Hookshaw's old and decrepit and on his last leg or anything. I wouldn't say anything disparaging about a Brahmin. I haven't
As
met.
you say that,
but,
you take a closer look at Hookshaw and you see that it looks old, decrepit, and it only has one leg.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'd trade you. What else you got on there?
Well, like I said, we're the primary export for Waco, or export caravan for Waco. Now that some of my competitors are no longer around, so we got about a lot of the cola and everything.
Well, I ain't too much on sugary stuff or sweets. I don't know. I don't know if they ever got sugar, but well, I don't know. Well, I tell you what, we're out here. We're hunting these. What do they call them again, Jack?
I believe people usually call them phantom stalkers, or at least that's the polite thing they call them.
Well, yeah, the name that the scientist or whatever calling them. But anyhow, we're out here hunting them, and I was going to use this honey for maybe a diversionary tactic and such. But I'd hate to see a good Brahmin go to waste. So you might as well trade with me. You could take the very healthy honey here, and I'll take what's his name again?
Hookshaw.
Hookshaw. Yeah, ooh, that's a name. I might just call you Hook. Oh, that's a good, because we're going to use it. Well, maybe I said too much, but anyhow, we're out hunting these. I done forgot what they got. Funny dogs that don't like the light. So I could use your ramen, and you could use Brahmin, and you could use my Brahmin.
Did you say ramen?
By accident. That was a total. That was Jeremy. Making a. So the player, not the character. Or yeah.
That's hilarious.
Right.
Well,
and three colas, one for each of us.
I don't know. I'm pretty partial to Hookshaw here.
I understand.
No.
Well, when you got to run, just remember, I should have traded with that guy. But you understand, you got your things to do, and I got my things to do. But y'all watch out, and if they come a-calling on you, well, try to make as much light as possible. And, yeah, we fought them. They pretty monstrous. Yeah.
No way. One of the guards stands up. There's you're here and you fought them. You're joking.
No.
Three of us took them on.
And you survived.
Well,
Yes.
we ain't ghosts. I don't think so, at least.
It was kind of close there for a little bit, but yeah, we survived it.
And I pull out my flare gun. If it wasn't for this thing, maybe we wouldn't be here right now.
All right. Well, you go on and keep on telling that story. I think the tavern over there might like a good story. Those guys need a good laugh after all this.
All right. Well, when you get to Raven's Nest, you just ask them.
They'll tell you. Well, we appreciate your time. Oh, I was going to ask, is there a... Yeah, do you... I'm trying to put in a pattern of finding out where these monsters are coming from. Is it like south of Waco or north of Waco or...
Well, we've heard about settlements everywhere getting hit. All the small settlements up north of Kaufman have been hit. Everything in between, and south. There's no clear direction that they've come from.
Right.
Even
I think
even the trader that goes out all the way to Lost says that they've heard about them over there, and a couple of the ghouls out that way have gone missing.
Oh, yeah.
Their mayor didn't go. And
Well, let's not get into politics now. We're just talking about nice little trading and such, and information. Yeah. But yeah, between me and you, I don't like that guy up in those anyhow. But yeah. Well, I appreciate your time. You stay safe out there, and hopefully they'll come after us instead of you.
Slash, give me a perception survival check, please.
Wrong button.
not bad.
As the caravan master turns back and starts getting Hookshaw to come along with him, which is as it starts to move, you realize, oh no, it does have all four legs. It was just the way it was standing. It looked like one. You notice in the saddlebag some edges, corners of what looks like magazines sticking out. For player reference, the magazines are typically will have to read them and give you perks, temporary perks.
Oh, temporary, that's right.
Yeah, so they're boosts. I have not rolled which magazines it is yet.
I got you. Hold on for a second. Wait. Is it party sheet? No.
What you looking for?
Oh, I was seeing. I had another flare gun, like an extra one. I just don't remember what character it was on. So
Was it on Honey?
it might. No, it was. Most likely it was on Betsy, because I had like weapons mostly on Betsy. I swear I had a spare one. Yeah, it was probably on Betsy. Yeah, I don't see it here. I see you got some magazines on you. Yeah, you want done? I don't have all my trading with me, but I got a little bit of food here and some other things.
Well, you
Might want.
got caps?
Oh, well, yeah, I forget about caps. I'm always trading things for things. I forget that I have caps.
Yeah, caps is always the easiest thing to trade with sometimes. It makes it easier for me to carry it around instead of trying to find a place to put everything.
Yeah. Especially if you run from those dogs. But, what kind of magazines you got?
Well, I got some about some guns and bullets. I got some, looks like adventure ones. And here's one that old military or something like that. He just kind of brushes it off to the side.
Oh, really? I'd like to see that one.
So FH5-09, look better in black.
I'm sorry.
That
what-
one.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Looks better in black.
Look better in black.
Oh,
The perk
look
is
better.
once when using a stealth boy, it lasts for 1 additional turn.
Yep.
Let's see. How many of those do I want? He's got some guns and bullets. Is there a way I can roll? Oh. Are the parcels popping up for you guys?
I could click on the well, see if I click on the lightning bolt, it gives me
I think it's probably going to give
Something.
you the table.
that's
that's
lasers
giving
and
you the table.
hunting.
Yeah, don't click on those lightning bolts. I mean, you can, but they're going to give you the random table, not the actual perk that got rolled.
Oh, but then I click on the so the result, random guns and bullets issues. So then it has item name, and it has a lightning bolt next to the item name. If I click on it, it brings up the lasers and hunting accessible overkill. You know what I said.
Okay. Yeah.
So then it tells you what the book is. So it's a click and then click. So, or you can, force it, whatever you want to do.
Yep. Well, that one's outputting in chat for some reason instead of as a parcel. Then he's also got the Starlit Sniper and the Rise of the Mutants, and the Astounding Awesome Tales. Yep, he pulls those out. He spreads them out a little bit so you can see them.
And
Yeah, it didn't really give us what the
it does.
Exact
Let's click on the name of the perk.
Yeah, hover the perk,
Um,
it'll underline, you click it, and I'll tell you what it does.
Oh, okay. Huh. So, any of those look fun? One attack with a laser weapon gives the vicious damage effect. If it doesn't
How much for
already
that?
have it.
Which one?
Lasers and hunting.
Lasers and hunting. Acceptable.
That's
Oh,
yeah.
you rolled two. He's got 2 copies of that one. One attack with the laser weapon gains a vicious damage effect if it didn't already have that. Okay. He pulls that one out and looks at it, and he sees when they're talking about what it is, he hears the excitement in Eugene's voice. He's like, I'll give it to you for 200 caps.
And I just whistle. Woo! I can't whistle, so.
Really?
And
Well, I can, but my tongue tie messes it up. I can't get the quite. That was actually a good one.
And then your mic didn't let it come through.
Right, right.
so, yeah. 200 for that.
So the barter in me is gonna have to pop out.
Okay.
Right.
As soon as I find my perks.
Yeah. Before
They're
you get-
now
Oh, I'm looking.
on abilities tab.
Oh, I see that.
Yes. And so Jack will actually walk up and is like, well, so the training manual, that's, well, how much do you want for that one?
He looks it down. It's the one he kind of brushed aside earlier. He doesn't understand it. And I said, I'll give it to you for 125.
Sold.
All right. You drag that one to your inventory and deduct the 125 caps.
Yeah, I'm pulling my calculator now.
All right, I got my little 3 perks over here.
All right, let me pull up a merchant record.
Don't worry, Eugene. I'm gonna get this one.
I got a couple of guns I can sell. If we need to. I don't need them.
Okay. Let's see here. You're trying to barter with him, so I need to set the difficulty first. Let's move all these windows around so I can get to my buttons. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to create some leveled up merchants for you guys to deal with in the future. You can't go around. just being able to
I'm sure he
strong
has a
arm
little
everybody.
bit of luck. I'm sure he has a little bit of luck, right?
He does, technically. He'll go and use them both. There we go. So you got a difficulty of 2 on your
All right.
attempt.
Okay. Junktown Jerky Vendor, reduced difficulty by 1.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
When you buy, sell items, you may increase or decrease the price of the goods being traded by 10%.
So increase by 20 to 220 then.
I may, you may. not you.
180. So it's down to 180.
Okay. When you and then Smooth Talker, when you make a barter or speech test as part of an imposed test, you may re-roll 1 d20.
Okay.
So we're barter, yeah.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna roll at 14. Oh, poopy. I'm going to. Well, all I need is 1 success, but.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you succeed. Wait a minute.
So I'm basically just trying to drop that price.
What was the one that lets you just immediately bring it down by 10%?
Cap collector.
Cap collector.
Check.
All right, I'll give you another 10% off of it for this roll. But I think what we need to do in the future is
Is like I come up with a price. And
yeah,
then go
and then
from
we
there.
have to
Got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
That sounds.
you
that
rolled,
sounds
you
fair.
succeeded, but I was like, wait a minute, what is he trying to? He's already got the price down. What are we adding here? So yeah, he'll bring down another 20 or another 10%, so another 20 caps from 180 to 160.
Better than 200. Will he trade for? Do you have a weapon or weapons that are valued near 200 caps? Or 160? Do you know the value of the? Yeah, I guess
Yeah, I'm checking now. So I got cost 70, and then I've got a. Where'd it go?
He sees you pulling out your weapons and everything. He's like, either you're trying to rob me or thinking of trading weapons. I don't deal in weapons.
And
okay.
Jack
All
I don't know.
hands him the next 160.
I ain't trying to rob you.
All right. He
well,
takes the
thank you.
160 from Jack,
All right.
and he hands over the magazine. So, there's a laser.
Can we get both of those? Were there two of those? Is
Yeah,
that
there
what
were
he
two
was
of them.
looking?
Yeah.
Oh. And then here's the other 160 for the other one.
He kind of like hesitates for a moment. I was like, "What's he talking about just one of them." Fine. He hands it to you and takes the other 660. So, Eugene, is Eugene getting both of those?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Eugene just dragged the lightning bolt of the lasers and hunting magazine to your inventory, and then increase the number by 1 in your inventory.
Okay.
Man. If caps had weight, I'd be encumbered.
I got a lot of this BS script. I mean BOS script. Never mind. That was just an outside joke.
Anyways, so now that we got those,
There's still 3 other magazines he's got. If you guys, alright, you may be ignoring them, that's fine. But Rise of the Mutants, Starlit Sniper, and Take Aim Army Style.
Rise of the Mutant.
An extra DC 6 on attacks versus super mutants. Starlit Sniper is an extra DC 6 on attacks with accurate weapons. And Take Aim Army Style. One aimed attack made with a weapon which lacks the accurate quality inflicts 2d6 damage. Or an additional 2d6 damage. Now all of these are you read the magazine and then it happens once. And then you have the ability to learn that perk the next time you level up. But if you don't take it the next time you level up, then you'd have to find that magazine again.
yeah.
Okay.
So they are truly a very temporary boost.
Yeah, and need to find the time to read Get Off My Lawn and look better in black. But
And I don't know, they don't have mechanics for this necessarily in there, but what I'm going to do, just off the bat, is like, whenever you read it, you get to choose when you expend the use of it. But you will need to take time to read it first.
yes,
And when you mean once, what does that mean? Like one scene, one action?
One action. So we'll take the Rise of the Mutants, for example. It has a 1d6 6 on attacks versus super mutants. So if you go and look at the reference manual, you'll see that it reads the following. When you read a magazine, it grants a temporary perk, a bonus which applies once, normally on a single skill test, a single attack, or other distinct situation. If you have the comprehension perk, you have a chance to use the benefit again. Once you use the temporary perk, you may choose to learn it permanently when you next level up. Otherwise, you forget it and must find another copy of that magazine to remind yourself of the perk. So, for the example of Rise of the Mutants, you would read the magazine, maybe get into a battle with mutants, and then one of your attacks, you can add an extra damage dice, and then it's done.
Now, when I learn it as a perk, it happens all the time.
Yeah, once you, if you read the magazine, you use it, and then you level up. You at that point during that level up, you get a chance to learn that perk permanently.
Take aim army style. Which one was that? Book magazine?
Rise of the Mutants.
No.
No,
that
Take
was a
Aim Army
different
Style is its own magazine. It's a
Yeah,
guns and bullets
okay.
issue.
Yeah.
I want that. That's the one I want.
Okay.
It would be mean with my submachine gun.
Screw that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let you know it's gonna bring my DC 5, my dice from 5 to 7 for the submachine gun damage dice.
I wonder how. This is one aimed attack, so it's happened once, but then after that, it's like, I guess it's once per.
Yeah, I had to
once per
aim.
scene. No, you have to aim. So that the default
Right.
way. I'm just thinking like when would it apply in the future? It's like if you learn it permanently on your next level up,
Yeah.
would it be once per turn or once per combat? They don't really cover that.
Well, what I'm thinking is, I have to aim
Well, yeah, you have
with
to aim.
with a weapon that that lacks the accuracy
Yeah.
quality, and then I can inflict the 2 extra.
Yes, but look at the rest of that. It says one aimed attack. So is
Gotcha.
that one aimed attack per turn or one aimed attack per scene?
Gotcha.
Once you learn this as a permanent thing, that's what I'm gonna have to research. For now,
Right.
you got the magazine. You'll get to use it temporarily, and we have
Yeah.
the rules for that. I just got to figure out
Right.
how to apply it once it's a permanent perk.
And, whenever that's, I guess, judging on whenever you level us up too. So
Yeah. So you're gonna buy that one?
yeah,
All right. Here, hang on. Let me do this one a little bit differently. It says I'll give it to you 116 caps.
160. You said
16.
16. Oh, okay.
116.
How about 75?
Nah, I'd be losing money then. I can go 115 if you want it increments of 5.
Well, I mean, so do you want to do it like I put my bottom and he puts his top price, and then we roll to see how close, or we need to get to that set price and then we roll to see if I can get that set price.
Oh. Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
I had not thought about the...
Back and forth.
Yeah. No, I think if depending on where your top price is in regards to what he's wanting, I would have to add a bit more to the difficulty than just his opposed roll.
And that sounds fine.
At least for the time being, until I'm able to level up a merchant a little bit higher to where their opposed roll actually
Or
is more reflective of your guys' level.
Would that set the difficulty, and then
Yeah, so his opposed roll is setting your difficulty for your roll, is what it does.
Okay.
So I would have to add a little bit to that, because this guy is a level 4. You guys are level 22. So it's especially with these rare items, these books, what they're going to be doing for you guys. It's a little bit heavy in your favor.
Yeah, I'm not arguing. I'm mainly, getting it down.
No, I don't think you're arguing. I'm just trying to be as clear as possible because we are treading on new ground here. So while we're doing that, I'm going to pop another one up. But Eugene, you see this one sticking out of the saddlebag. I'll let you look at that while I'm trying to figure out this mechanic here. So I think what we'll do if it's more than a more than 20% difference of the original asking price that you're going down, then it's just going to be a straight up opposed roll, and I'll be adding to make it a little bit more of an even roll, and not too heavy in your favor and not too heavy in their favor. If you're less than 20% in your change, then we'll just do a straight opposed roll. So in this particular case, his original price is 116. You're asking for 75. That is more than 20% difference. If you want to stick with that, that's fine. We'll go and make the rolls. Or if you want to change tactics, up to you.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So let's see. I guess so. The base difficulty I'm going to say is since this is a rarity 3 book, we're going to do -1 of the rarity of the item will be the base difficulty, plus what the trader rolls, which is 2. So that makes difficulty 4.
-1.
-1 down to 3. Okay.
It was base 5 -1 already.
No.
No, I was.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I'm doing the book is rarity 3. I'm subtracting 1 from that. So it could be a book, it could be a gun, whatever the item is. We're going to subtract 1 from the rarity. That's the base difficulty, plus the caravan merchants roll.
Yeah.
So 2 plus 2.
Yeah.
4.
And then I thought the -1 was because of Slash's whichever perk. Okay.
No. The perks apply after everything else has been set. So yeah, 4, and then perk applies. Now it's 3. So we're ready for your roll, Slash.
All right.
And I'm gonna pull up my notes down just to the home rules.
Give me a second, getting to that. Look at you, trying to make me whip. I'm gonna re-roll the 18. I'd get an 18. But I got 3 successes, I guess. Or no, I got
2.
2 successes.
Half. Well, no. Still.
So you could re-roll one of your successes or both of them to go for a crit, which would you need to get a roll of 3 or better, or 3 or less to get the crit. So that's chances of that are fairly slim.
Yeah. I need to get my barter higher. I want to do all that. Yeah. Oh, so I have to get the under 3. Oh, you have to get underneath the skill. Oh, okay. Okay. Right.
Under the skill for a crit.
Oh, the added is the target number, and the skill is the crit. Okay. All right. Yeah. I think well, either way, I've lost, right? So mainly it's just whether or not I want to spend luck on it. Okay. What the heck? I'm going to spend the luck on the 6.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Ooh.
Oh,
That fails.
Yeah.
So either way, I would have failed.
Yeah.
Right. So does my 10% kick in then?
We'll do that this time. I'm going to think about that for future.
Right.
Well,
So
we don't
that-
have anything.
so-
No, we'll apply it. Yeah, because it's more of a you're known to the merchants, the caravan masters a bit. I think is more the intention of that perk. So they're like, oh
Okay.
yeah, a fellow merchant, we'll give you a kickback for a discount
Gotcha,
anyway because
gotcha.
you're a fellow merchant.
Okay.
So yeah, your 10%
So that
will work.
probably would have been the on the top first, and then we roll or something like that.
Yeah, but it still would have been the same because you still would have been your 75 would have been still 20% from
And
the
that's
original
fine.
price.
Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah.
So 116 minus 11 brings it to 105.
Okay. All right. Let's see. And then which one was that?
Take aim, army style.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Where's the-
Eugene.
Lightning bolt.
Should be in
How
the
do
top left of the window. Or I can put it in your inventory for you.
Yeah, for some reason it's I don't know.
All right,
Oh,
try it.
there it is. I got it.
You got it?
I see it. Yeah.
So yeah, Eugene, did you you see that magazine?
Yeah, I'm glad I have a helmet on because my eyes are wide open looking at that thing. How much you want for that? Over there. Fixing things?
Yeah, I could do this one for 120.
20. That's a little steep. You do 100 even. And I'm just
All right.
utterly flubbing this. Like I
Yeah,
have high
and
charisma, so
Jack
I'm just
just
like, maybe
yeah.
maybe 100. It's just whatever.
Give me we're gonna roll here. So you're only going at 20% below, so that makes it difficulty 1. Go ahead and roll barter.
0.
Right. Oof. Well,
Ooh. Target. Oh, your oh wow, your charisma is low. I
Yeah.
forgot.
I know where my strength lies, and it is not this. I'm not going to attempt anything else.
He looks at you and says, well,
130.
Fred, you're not that good at the words, are you? But if I'm
Well,
not
my fr-
mistaken,
my
Keep
friend-
telling me that.
I'll walk over and my friend he does a lot of good things. He's really good with his hands and,
Yeah, I
and
see,
stuff.
it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, that's the Brotherhood logo there. That's the new guys that moved in up north, and I've been hearing things about them. Got some people down around south, right?
Yeah, trying to help out around here and keep everybody safe.
Well, as I understand it, you Brotherhood types got your own kind of currency, right? And I could use that to buy some things from your quartermasters.
That's correct.
Let me pull up the currency exchange rate real quick because I forgot it. Currency
I think it's like 2 to 1.
Yeah. Well, from what I've seen, and some of my friends who have gone up there, they've been able to exchange their caps for some of your Brotherhood script, and so your script is worth about, at least according to your own people, about twice as much as a cap.
Yeah, that's about right.
I'd be willing to make you a deal here. I don't think it's worth twice as much personally. So if we go maybe time and a quarter. Now I got to do math. Let's see. You said 120 times. No, divided by, right? Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh well, no. You
1.25.
multiply it by 1.25.
No, it would be divided because the
Oh, okay.
BOS
All
is worth more than the caps. So you take your cap price, divide it by whatever the worth more is. So in this case, instead of 2, it'd be 1.25 because he's not like entirely on board with the Brotherhood script yet. He likes the caps still, but he's wanting to kind of dip his toes a little bit and see if what the Brotherhood's gear, what he can buy for the quartermasters is worth getting into the Brotherhood script currency. So he says, at an exchange rate of 1.25, I could give you this magazine for 96 of your Brotherhood script.
And this will open you up to different things. You might. Could you give them a little bit a leeway there? Maybe 90.
I'm already giving as much leeway as I'm willing to do. At this point, if I don't like what the
Jack
Brotherhood has to
hands
offer,
over
I'm
100
losing
to-
money.
Jack pulls out like 100 BOS and hands it to him.
He snatches it and hands over the magazine.
Like,
Well, tell them you met the guys from Raven Watch, and we sent you up there. They'll help. Hopefully, that might help you out a little bit. How about it?
Well, we'll see. I'm still hesitant about these Brotherhoods, but this one here seems all right.
I'm gonna jot down a quick list and tell you what. You go up to Coffin, and you get a couple of these things on this list. Come find me in Raven Watch, and I'll fix up a little something for your Brahmin there. Looking a little worse for wear. I can make him a brace or something like that. Make him able to move around a little bit easier.
That's interesting. Yeah, I could do that.
I kind of. I walk away. That's if they make it there.
I start getting to tech jargon. Not too much. Few springs and actuator.
His eyes gloss over just a little bit there, and you kind of hear mumbles, and somebody there will know what this stuff is. Jimmy. No, I should give him the list. All right. Well, I thank you. Yeah, I'll look for you at Raven Watch. I do my normal routine. If we don't meet up, before then, we'll run into each other again on the trail somewhere.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate your business.
Well, I appreciate yours. So has everybody got their magazines pulled over to their...
Yeah.
Let me grab that. Where'd you go? Fixing things. Grab that real quick.
yeah.
Yep, I'm good.
All right. Good. I got a lot of parcels to clean up later. Don't need them all in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, after dealing with the caravan master, he heads on out with his guards. He says, I got to get going. I got to try and make Brazos, and camp down in Brazos instead of camping on the way. So, good doing business with you guys. I'm going to head on out.
Thank you. Now, y'all be safe. Remember, use the light. It's your friend.
Yes. Stay in the light. But isn't there? Now there's a song, and there was a movie that had the same thing. Is it "The Light Is Your Friend" or something like that? There was a movie with that.
Yeah, stay in the light. I forgot what it was too.
Anyway, let's shoot that rabbit real quick and get back on track.
I'm gonna give Jack 100 script because y'all paid for so much of my stuff and I feel bad. So, giving you that 100 script back. I'll give 100 script to Slash. Drop like over 200 caps on his laser mags.
Well, I mean, we're happy that you're with us and fixing up an armor and stuff. And I don't know how long you've been out in the wasteland, but we got caps. Ain't no problem. But thank you. So you gave me what?
100 script. Brother is still script.
Thanks.
Okay. Back up to.
So, can y'all remind? Did I give y'all any monetary reward for the Soul Survivor quest?
Which one was that exactly?
Most likely, yes.
That's the one where you got into the vault and you had to fight waves of robots while Eugene worked on getting out.
I believe so, but
Okay.
at this point, I probably wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, I know you two wouldn't, but I'm looking at Eugene's currencies, and I'm like, that looks like his starting currencies. And I'm like,
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
course,
I don't recall getting anything else. I just remember
Okay.
losing script on a bad bet.
All right, so I'm going to make some changes here. I'm going to kind of boost Eugene's a little bit more than yours and than the other two, just because he's been with the Brotherhood, so I should have put more in there originally. I'm just now.
We got 100 people at Ravens Watch just been slapping mods on for a little bit of side money.
That's a good backstory. There. that is good backstory there. And the Brotherhood will do that so that you got some spending money out in the basic world.
Most of them just feel bad that I'm so bad at haggling.
So I'm going to kind of bring y'all up to some a little bit more round numbers that are easier for me. Because I like my increments of 5.
Yeah. I spent like, what, 6,000? Almost 600 out of, like, okay, that's fine.
There. Everything's increments of 5 now. So, everybody go ahead and deduct 1 charge from your fusion cores for your power armor. You have now spent the entire day, the first half of the day was tracking that first leg of the trail. The other half of the day was spent trying to track it through the rubble and spending time with the merchant. You're now on a little more of the far side of the Waco rubble and edge of the city, where you've picked up the trail again, but it is now a little bit easier to follow now that it's no longer in the rubble. And you'll be spending, I'm guessing, maybe you'll spend the night, maybe you won't, but it has now been a day. What are your plans? Will you be tracking through the night or setting up camp?
Is that gonna affect or rested and all that?
Yes, it will. Your
And
decision will affect it.
Did we sleep at all? Like after we fought off those stalkers?
Yes.
Yeah, I do believe we've had a couple days of downtime.
Yeah,
Okay.
while working in the village, you didn't work through the night building the guard stuff and everything. You took breaks and rested, so you're all set. This is the first time you're coming up on like being back out since the night defense.
All right. So,
Probably be best to sleep it off, I guess. But
yeah, I'll take first watch.
So, Eugene, do you need a full night's sleep, or can you take second watch, or what? How you want to handle it? Are you a morning person?
I'm in the Brotherhood. I'm an every person, every time person.
Okay.
I'm up when I'm
Well,
needed.
Then you can take second watch, and y'all wake me up in the morning, or
All right. I'll save this cola then. Get a nice buzz. And it's my turn to watch.
So you begin setting up camp. You secure honey in a. How do you want to secure honey? Central of camp, edge of camp. Are you setting the trap already?
Jack, what do you think? we want to set the honey out a little bit outside of camp, or
off to one side. If you want, yeah.
just outside the light of the campfire.
Okay.
Alright.
Are y'all going to be using headlamps on your power armors? Setting them up
Yeah,
as sentry lights or something like that?
Yeah, I was about to ask how much drain would that do?
Well, if you leave the lights on the entire night, it would take another charge. I know that's the lights are not that much, but it is a very unusual operation for the power armor to be in a state where it's keeping the light on that way. And
Yeah, I'll put that
I
up.
think it depends on the level of brightness you use it at.
Yeah, I'd crank that sucker up to max.
All right. I do have actually another question for you, Eugene. Will you be sleeping inside or outside of your power armor?
Didn't think I could sleep in it.
I mean,
I know Maximus did. I would recommend against it for several reasons, mostly to do with it wouldn't be comfortable, but if you literally live in the thing otherwise.
yeah. So, mechanically, I will still let you keep the rested state. However, there would be some additional difficulty, or no, I'm sorry, your complication range would increase for all physical tasks on the following day.
I'll stay out of it then.
Okay.
But I'm cranking that light up to max.
All right.
I'm sleeping right next to my power armor.
Oh yeah. You can set it up, get out of it, and so the power armor's back is to the campfire, and you're sleeping between the campfire and your power armor. And I'm guessing Slash and Jack, will y'all be setting up your power armor lights as well?
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
Jack's gonna do something maybe dumb, maybe smart. Set up the armor, lock the joints, and get out, and armor's on one side of the camp, Jack's on the other.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my Nuka-Cola in my power armor hand. Just in case raiders or something come up, be like, oh, that guy's in power armor. Yeah, I ain't messing with that.
So, what directions? You got 3 power armors. Which directions will you be setting the lights?
So we can leave honey on one side, and then put the lights in all the other 3 directions.
Okay.
And then, Jack, you can be near honey or away from honey, or however you want to do that.
Relatively close.
Short time after Eugene and Slash fall asleep, you begin hearing the noises in the distance. Jack.
Okay. I happen to pick up a pebble, bounce it off of my armor.
Okay. We'll get to that in a moment. You're near Betsy, or near Honey, right?
Yeah.
Honey is getting very nervous and restless and starting to pull on the stake that she's tied to, trying to move towards. You're not sure if she's trying to move towards the fire or towards Slash, but that general direction.
Yeah, and pull the lead and just let her wander to whichever, because she's not going to step in the fire unless she panics.
Eugene and Slash, give me a perception survival to see if you hear the pebble bounce off the armor. Because it is a pebble on armor and you guys are in sleep, it is a difficulty 3.
Luckily 12.
Okay.
Yep, I got 3.
Yep, you got 3. All right.
Shoot, I'm gonna buy an action.
Wow.
You said 3? Yeah, no. Even with cautious. I guess I could use luck. Yeah.
Nah, that's a lot
I'll
of
eat
luck. I wouldn't. Yeah, just eat it.
Yep. All right.
Quiet, honey. I'm trying to sleep.
So, Slash, you hear a clink, and you think you felt something hit your foot. You wake up and you see, for a moment, you're not sure where you are. You just see the back of a power armor, and you grip the sides of your mat, and you're like, oh crap, and then you're like, oh, right, we set them up this way. And you look around, you see Honey coming towards you, and you think you see Jack and kind of like near the edge of the campfire light, just kind of, tapping his ears, and you start to listen, and you hear the phantom stalkers coming from all around.
Okay. I'm gonna jump in my power armor.
Okay. Slash getting into his power armor is loud enough to wake you up, Eugene. You sit straight up. You hear the noises.
Yeah,
do you
he's
do?
probably used to those noises. So the clank, clank, clank.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the phantom stalkers. So you hear the power armor causes you to bolt straight up like Undertaker style.
We
And then
on?
you hear the phantom stalkers.
We're on. All right. I'll hop in my power armor.
Yeah. I was about to ask, how visible are you as you're darting for your armor?
He's
I
right
was
next to the
asleep
campfire.
right next to it. There's no darting. I am in there.
Well, yeah. Blink and you miss it was mainly what I was asking about.
Yeah. It's like we're on, and then I'm like already in the power armor before I finish the sentence.
Okay.
I think
2
it says
hours
it takes an
pass.
action. The what? Oh.
Yeah, it's an action to get in and out of power armor.
Okay.
2 hours pass. The creatures have not encroached into the light, much less near the light. But they are circling your camp area. You're not too far from the ruins of the Waco city, the outskirts of it. So there's still some tall buildings, tall rubble that you think you hear a few noises come from on top of the rubble on occasion. But they haven't come towards you yet.
Okay.
No.
Good to hear.
What was that?
We got a new follower, Speed. I didn't see it entirely.
I heard the alert, so just
Speed 00. Thank you.
and so after that, yeah, slip closer if I can.
As you begin to step towards closer to the darkness and where the noises come from.
Yep.
As you begin to, you hear something from above, and as you look up, you see a large piece of rubble coming down towards you off of one of the tall sections. Make a athletics roll, or the equivalent for athletics.
Can I try to rush over and help him?
Too far away.
Agility athletics or straight?
Yeah, agility athletics would be good.
Okay. Oof.
Nice.
That is a success. You're able to get out of the way of this piece of rubble, but it lands right where you were and would have crushed you. As you look up, you see the outline of a creature you've never seen before. It is almost twice the size of a rancor. Deathclaw. That'd be horrible if it was twice the size of a rancor.
Yeah.
Since Deathclaws look like baby rancors, yeah.
So it's nearly twice the size of a Deathclaw, and you definitely see the glowing eyes of this creature just staring at you before it darts down into the rubble areas, and the noises begin to fade away into the distance.
Okay.
Most of the hyenas leave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright, as it's making a run for wandering off, I want to try and, if I can, make contact through the Radiant Mind Link.
Okay.
More to see if it actually would do anything.
As you reach out to try and sense anything infected with the radiation in the way that you are, you feel nothing around you.
Okay.
Not in your immediate vicinity, and not where you were trying to specifically focus where this creature was.
Alright. Okay, so head back to camp. And before I get to the edge of the light, happen to call out, "Hello, camp." Well, hey, just me. Because...
What? Slash is not trigger happy.
Yes.
Good thing I didn't have the rocket launcher, because I would have used it.
Yeah.
Glad you're wearing that armor.
But, and as soon as in close enough range for a normal conversation, explain what I encountered. And
Maybe I bought the wrong magazine. I should have got the super mutant thing.
Thought you did. Anyways, well, that's a bust for the night, I think. But we'll go to stake honey out a little closer to the fire.
Okay.
And it's been, what, 2.5 hours?
No, it's been close to 4 hours now
Alright.
from the time you set up camp. It took about 2 hours for them to circle around you, and then they sat there for 2 hours after everybody woke up and was aware.
Alright.
I'll too get some sleep. I got the next one.
Right.
The rest of the night unfolds uneventfully. You wake up the next morning, everybody is rested. However, I do need all of you to consume some food at this point. And I need to adjust Raven's Nest construction queue. If your calculations are correct, Raven's Nest will have been finished with the east guard post today. Still using irradiated food there?
I got lead belly. I have lead belly.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, lead belly, level 2.
So, yeah,
So
not worried about that much.
at rank 2, you're immune to radiation damage from consuming irradiated food or drink.
So, grand total of...
I don't have any food on me.
I'm about to correct that.
Not that I would have done anything, but...
No, I don't feel that my character would eat irradiated food at all.
Okay.
Knowing the science behind radiation and everything, so I can either have just deal with being hungry, or just have less food than I would normally have if I would accept irradiated food.
Is that what I just gave you? I don't know if that's irradiated or not. Hang on. It is irradiated. So never mind. Hold on. Because, yeah, I had the same thought about Eugene.
Yeah, that's why I asked for the cram.
Cram.
Yeah, because I think that's old world canned food.
But it's
Still
irradiated.
irradiated.
Oh, it was? I didn't realize it was irradiated.
Yeah.
Mental checklist. Never eat that again.
Pretty much everything has something.
161.
I'm looking to see. Unless well, that's not irradiated. So if you
Yeah, I got.
have cooked stuff of the mutated creatures, those are not irradiated. I'm looking for. There we go. This one is not irradiated. Okay. So you do have. I know it says Salisbury steak preserved, but it's not actually pre-war. It is the Brotherhood have figured out how to make it again. So Salisbury steak preserved is what you got as your Brotherhood rations, basically.
MRE's got it.
Yeah, I will eventually create an actual Brotherhood MRE for our custom campaign here, but for now we'll call that the Salisbury steak. That was always my favorite.
I was a fan of the stew.
I like a good stew.
And I'll pop that. I'll knock back that Nuka-Cola during my watch.
Which is irradiated.
Yep.
Now I got a weakness for cola, so.
Yeah, I was about to say you got to do what you got to do though.
Looking for some rad scrubbers for my power armor.
I do have some.
You're probably gonna need that eventually.
I put them on your inventory as well. I gave you a couple extra because you got a weakness for them. So there's Nuka-Cola Cherry and Quantum available in that we have right now. There should be more eventually. Would Eugene be on the lookout for those? The special blends?
Yeah.
How well has he looked over Jack's shoulder when Jack was going through his pack?
I know, right? Here you go, Eugene.
Thank you. Cherry's one of my favorites. Save this for a special day.
I took it off. You heard a couple clanking when I pulled it out. So.
Anyways.
Good at it.
What?
Yeah, I just got an empty record on my.
Yeah.
Yeah, strange.
I'll just pull it from the primary menu. There's a cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think we've seen any quantum as of yet.
No, those are rare. There you go.
Now, I didn't actually hit the consume button for the Nuka-Cola that I drank, so. Like, I've got 4 on my character sheet. Was that.
Hit consume.
Yeah, okay, there. Then I'll consume. Alright, cool. I want to drink that cherry by mistake. There we go. Oof.
One radiation. That's not bad.
So a radiation, I don't know if you know, but basically it just takes 1 away from your total hit points until you get the radiation away.
Okay.
So if your cap is 30, then you'd be at 29. Basically. But, it's not exactly like that, but that's what it is.
Okay.
It temporarily takes away from your total hit points.
Kind of like how what is it? Aid in D&D increases your max hit points temporarily.
Right.
This is the exact opposite.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, whenever you find a doctor or use anti-radiation medicine, that's when you can get rid of it.
Okay.
All right, so when you wake up the next morning, Eugene, you begin to receive a message in your built-in radio and your power armor. It is from Raven Watch, and they'd like to inform you that they've been watching your progress, and you are less than a day's travel from one of the locations that they are fairly certain lit up shortly after the attack on the secret vault. Although they're not entirely sure now if it was there or not, but they think it was. Let me get my ping, because I saw the ping and I was like, oh, we do have ping again.
Yeah.
It was in that area.
Other direction.
Yeah. Fort Hood. Yeah, Fort Hood's an entirely different beast.
Yes.
For the story-wise.
All right.
In that area, the person that was watching the monitors at the time when all these lights came on, is like there was one in the area somewhere, and they would like you to check it out since it is close to your route that you appear to be on.
Understood.
When you consume the cherry cola, it says you get 2 AP. Did it give us 2 AP? Do you know?
It did not.
Now, I drank a Nuka-Cola.
Oh, Nuka-Cola. I was looking at cherry.
Yeah.
What does that do?
immediately gain 1.
1. Okay.
Well, as far as I know, it did not give it to you, so there it is.
Sweet.
Actually, real quick so we can see, go and consume another of the Nuka-Cola, Eugene. We will negate any radiation effects it has, and we'll reset the inventory. But I just want to see if it does it. So you're at 5 currently. Still at 5.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it did not. All right.
Okay.
That way
Thanks.
we know.
Yep.
And it didn't give you any more radiation, so that's good.
Did get a error in the bug report.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
It might have been trying to do the AP or something.
Yeah,
Something,
attempt to
yeah.
perform arithmetic on field difficulty. So,
That's weird.
but yeah, it didn't give the AP.
Yeah. All right. We'll just do this. We'll keep an eye on it as it goes on. Yeah, it didn't give you the error the first time you drank it, did it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So maybe there's some kind of status that it gave you that it was trying to do again, maybe, and that's why the error came up.
I wonder if they consider it like a chem and is trying to give you addiction or something.
Oh, let me look at the combat tracker, because that's where it would put those things at. Yeah, that's what it is. Because you now have the Nuka-Cola immediately gain 1 AP on your effects in combat tracker. So it's probably trying to add to that, and that's where it had an error.
Okay.
But we're going to get rid of all those effects now because you've all had your stuff repaired and everything. And I already gave you the AP. Otherwise, there's no need to keep up with it in the combat tracker. So we're good to go there. Throw those out. Yep, that's what I think it should still be. Okay. So you got camp packed up. You're aware of a possible signal location nearby. The only thing you have is just like a general area where it appeared for a brief moment. What would you like to do?
Just got orders from up top to go investigate this area. It's one of the areas that went up when we went down into that vault.
Alright. How far are they saying off of our present path?
Not too far.
2
It's something like that. Yeah.
Alright. Well, might even actually help us.
Well, I guess lead the way, Eugene.
All right. Stick close.
All right.
By the way, I'm sorry. Is it insulting to call you Eugene, or should I call you Squire or Squire Eugene, or how do you want me to address you, sir?
However you want, but Eugene is just fine.
Good. I appreciate that. All right, lead the way,
If
Eugene.
you ever decide to join the Brotherhood, that'll change. But
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I see. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Everybody do take one more charge off your fusion cores because you had your power armors essentially in sentry mode last night to try and keep everything at bay. And everybody that would like to give me a survival perception check for looking for any signs of what could be causing this signal in this area.
Oh. I'm gonna look that.
Well, Slash is succeeding. You may not want to waste your luck right now. Well,
Okay.
no, I didn't. Didn't do much for some reason.
All right. Slash, you succeeded with two successes, so you get a action point there. Eugene also succeeds. Jack does not. Jack is still focused on the actual track, so he's looking around, following the tracks. And while the tracks that he's following, he saw some that continued off in the north west direction that y'all have been going. But there are some coming in, not really coming in this direction, but came from this direction that you're now following, as Slash and Eugene look for any signs of, for lack of a better term, signs of technology that could have sent out a signal that Raven Watch picked up. In the process of doing so, Slash sees it first, and then Eugene is able to confirm, after Slash points it out, that there appears to be a building over there. It looks like a rundown shack right now, but on the top of it, there is a antenna that is most likely the source of the signal.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Cautiously approach.
Hold up for a second, guys. And I'm going to do a tactical reload on my fusion core.
Okay.
And,
Pop out,
yeah,
switch it, pop back in.
Yeah, so what I'll do, I'll say on my main inventory is the full fusion cores, and then the notes will just be all the partials.
Okay. How low was the one you're swapping out?
It was 5 out of 13.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll still have it on my notes, and I'll just list one that's active, and I'll know.
Yeah, that looks good. All right.
All right, good to go.
You want to radio it in or something? Do we need to tell somebody, or do we have to go investigate?
Orders were to investigate. They were already aware that this was here. Just need to check it out and just confirm.
All right. Good thing I spent a little time reading that magazine last night.
Have you read? Which one did you read?
My gun one, the one where I do the aim and it gives me +2 damage.
Okay.
It is starts with a T.
Take aim style, army style.
Thank you. Yeah.
Take aim, army style. Should make it Marine Corps style.
So there's no like consume or anything. How does that
No.
work?
What we'll do?
So will it show up as? I guess what I'm looking at is, will it show up on one of my things as a perk I can take or something like that?
Well, it technically is already there when you level up to perk. To choose
Okay.
perks.
Oh, that's why all those magazines are there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I get it.
So what we'll do, we'll open up the record on your inventory, and I'll put in here that it's been read. And then when you use it, we'll add used to the side. And then next time you
Okay.
level up, you'll have the option to take it. If you don't take it, at that point, we'll delete it from your inventory altogether.
Sounds great.
All right. So as the group hold on. Anybody else read their magazines?
No.
I would have if it wasn't for all that freaking noise.
All right. So as what was that? You were saying something, Jack?
He's probably dealing with something.
Yeah, might have muted.
Thought I heard a phone ring.
Yeah, he muted himself.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna grab a thing of water real quick.
Okay, yeah, we'll take 5 minutes real quick.
All right.
Sorry about that. I had to take a phone call.
That's right. We're on a quick 5-minute break. I'm going to step away from the microphone for just a moment.
Alright. Oh. Got it.
I am back. Is everybody else back?
Yeah. Can't remember if did I turn my mic on? No, I didn't.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Did I hear Eugene?
Yeah, I'm here.
And Jack. Jack.
He's probably still busy then.
He came back and then I guess he left again. Oh, I was gonna... Yeah, he's muted again. Okay. I won't let him. So, as you cautiously approach the shed, or shack, as you get closer, you realize it's actually a fair bit larger than just a regular shack that's out in the wild. It does look like, pre-war it was an actual building, so it is pre-war. It's been patched up over the years, here and there. Which gives it more of a shack look now than its actual true pre-war image. And as you get closer, you begin to smell the distinct smell of rotting flesh. As you approach, you're about 50 meters or so from it now, and you see shredded clothes. You see blood in the ground, dried blood. It is several days old at this point. And the inside of it is just like you can tell that the smell is coming from the inside. There are tracks everywhere. This is no longer just circling tracks along a path that they're taking. This is straight up. There are tracks everywhere, coming in and out of the shack in all directions away from the shack. And you see drag marks on the ground where human-sized creatures or things or whatever have been dragged across the ground by these phantom stalkers. Jack, you are still you're being hyper vigilant, trying to find a clear print of the larger creature. And you do see where there's been at least one larger creature stepping around this area, but once again, the Phantom Stalker's tracks have completely destroyed it beyond any point of being able to get a clear picture of it, except aside from just knowing there was a larger creature in this area. So you're now standing outside the shack. You're close enough to it that you can see the windows and doors very clearly. You can see through the windows that there are curtains hanging shredded. You see the flies. There may even have been at some point some bloat flies or other mutated insects, but they seem to have moved on already. This is a gruesome scene. What would you like to do next?
Look. Well, yeah, go in and watch the corners as one should. So.
Okay. Sorry, that was not the button I wanted to click. There's the death markers. Okay. As you enter the building, you find that it is, while it was not originally a one-room building, it is now, simply because the interior walls have been mostly smashed to pieces. They're only half there anymore, just enough to keep the roof from completely caving in.
I'd like to just quickly survey and just look at problem points, like don't stand there, don't stand there, don't stand there, because they're if a wall caves, that's coming down.
And I'll be watching our tails.
All right. As you begin to explore a little more near the back wall, you see a large hole that has been dug from the inside out. Tall enough for all of you in your power armor to enter into, and it goes on a downward slope into the ground.
Okay.
I think we got a big mole problem.
I don't think that's a mole. Would this be a roll or want to compare what I saw last night with the size of the hole? Would that have been what might have made this?
It's possible. You think it is as far as standing straight up, it would not be able to stand straight up in this tunnel. But it could, if it was kind of crawling, it could fit through this
I
tunnel.
got it. Oh my goodness. Oh no. I know what happened.
Oh. You don't-
Oh no. Oh no. All those lights on the computer. This is one of them. We opened up a nest here, and where all those other all those other lights are, some kind of nest. We done. Which yeah. What's the box? We done opened it.
That is a possibility.
Oh no, no, that's what happened.
Do you have
Yeah, I
any
don't.
evidence to confirm that?
And kind of look around like, is there anything in the way of... Aside from that... But is there anything like cages or anything, or remnants thereof?
Not in the shack, no.
Okay. And look down the hole. Is that where the noise came from?
It is.
Okay.
You got that rocket launcher?
I do.
Sorry. So, do we cover up? Well, probably just dig out somewhere else.
Yeah, it most likely will.
So, do we put a Band-Aid on this, or do we go in and cut it out?
Well, yeah. So I'm gonna go in.
All
All
right.
right.
Close quarters. I got submachine gun ready.
All right, I'm
And,
gonna hop on my. Sorry.
And I'll be mumbling, I need my cheesecake, I need my cheesecake.
And
I'm gonna hop on
actually,
my.
please
Go ahead,
finish that.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm gonna hop on my radio, so we can deal with that after everybody else is done.
And happen to have Bane, who stay with Honey up
Okay.
top, and definitely pulling the Ripper one hand, Bowie in the other.
And for those who don't know, the cheesecake was my favorite shotgun that I traded away. I should have never traded that sucker. It was the cheese.
One, two.
Yep.
It's not there. Oh, is it not there? There it is. Got it.
Oh, I'm gonna take up the rear, or be the last person at least to enter in the hole. And I'll kind of, before they'll see me pull out a landmine, and like, okay, I'm gonna plant this on the exit. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Never mind. Never mind. Just in case we running out, I won't have to stop. What do we do? I know. Can I put the landmine like on the side instead of like on the floor?
You could dig it in there, and yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
It's going to take, you're going to have to use your explosive skill. And going on the side of that, difficulty 2.
Just as is explosives.
Yeah.
All right. So that's perception. All right. Decent. Okay. So I'll have a 9 target number. Give me a second.
Roll it. All right.
There we go.
All right, you succeed.
That was close.
The
it was, wasn't it?
landmine is on the side of the
Okay.
tunnel entrance.
All right.
Which side?
As you go in on the left.
As you go in on the left. Okay.
So
on the
as
right
we
you
come
exit.
out, right.
Okay. You begin. Eugene calls in to HQ. This is Raven Watch. What's your report, Squire?
We've made it to the location described. There is quite a large hole here, and in addition, we did run into something roughly twice the size of a deathclaw, who attempted to attack us and then ran off. I'm not yet to confirm if that is what is down here, but I do request that a strike team be sent out if I do not report back in 1,500 hours.
Copy that, Squire Eugene. Good hunting.
Oh, tell him. Oh, can I hear what he's saying, Eugene?
You can hear what Eugene is saying, but not the other end of it.
Tell him. I think that these are nests.
One of my companions does believe that this may be potentially a nest, perhaps awakened by the vault that was explored prior.
Understood. We'll take that under advisement.
And nothing else to report.
Very good. We'll wait your call in at 1500.
Understood. Eugene out.
How much time does that give us?
Well, this says less than
So
half a
the-
day's travel from where you were. That gives you roughly 4 hours. So it's about 11 right now.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Hey, Slash. You got an alarm on that pit boy of yours?
Yeah. What's 1,500?
3.
The Pit Boy would actually have it in
Military.
military.
Both.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's sometime after high noon. Okay, there we go.
Set it for 14. Just give me an hour to check in. So
Oh,
Not
yeah,
gonna
that's
strike
probably
them for no
smart.
reason.
That's probably smart. Okay, 14. Okay.
also, let me show you a little something we picked up at the Brotherhood. Do you have an extra mine?
Yes.
I'm not going to arm it or anything. I'm just going to take it from you. I'm going to say, all right,
Yes. Sorry.
we have this thing in the Brotherhood called pulling a Kevin. And what you do, you arm it like you just did, put your thumb there so it doesn't, it's not quite ready to detect movement, and then you chuck it. Now, I do want to mention, Kevin is no longer with us, so this is a last resort.
Improvised grenade
Okay.
Yeah.
that takes your hand with it. Maybe your whole body.
Yep. And Jack puts away the bowie, pulls one of the grenades, and kind of
Don't chuck it.
gently, like, tosses it up and down, then stuffs it back where it belongs, and then
Okay.
pulls the bowie knife back.
See, that's what Kevin wished he had when he had to pull a Kevin.
Yeah, that's an old stunt. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody. I think I've heard of like old movies. A lot of people did it, and in the movies, people survived it barely.
Well,
I
Fallout
got
ain't the
my
movies.
I got a flare gun in one hand and my submachine gun in the other.
All right. As you descend into the tunnel, you continue to hear the noises coming from down below. You begin to hear the phantom stalkers don't seem to care much about being heard anymore. The other creature does seem to only make noises when it's a little more irritated or it's ready to do some kind of action, you think. After about 100 meters down, you come to the tunnel levels out, and you come to what you can only describe as a network of tunnels. These are taller. They would most definitely fit something twice the size of a Deathclaw. And you see that they just kind of go all over the place. There's a lot of entrances to other angled tunnels, so this is not the only one out. The others appear to go out. You can kind of in the distance see some light at the end of those tunnels. You do a little bit of testing. There's wind coming from those tunnels, fresh air coming in. And as you look at the ground, you can see the tracks. You find what you believe is the path where all of this originates at. As you follow this, you come to a vault door that is sitting open in a normal method. It has not been blown off its hinges. It's not been pushed out. It is opened, as far as you can tell, in the standard method the vault door is supposed to open. It has no number on it, just the Vault Tech logo with the test tube emblem in the center.
Kind of, since I'm in the front, like, well, Slash, you called it.
I've read a lot of comic books, and it just popped in my head right as it just, especially when that yelled at me.
And start through the door.
Okay. As you enter the door, the entrance is not like any other vault that you've ever seen. There are no security systems set up. There's no quarantine area, no anti-radiation systems. It just, you enter into what looks like a scientific laboratory with all kinds of test tubes everywhere. Lots of creatures inside of tubes that look like they're probably dead. The water that they're in is very green. Jack, you definitely see hyenas in some of these tubes, like unmutated. As fresh as the day that they were put into the tubes, pure specimens of hyenas. You also see some of the horned toads that were native to Texas in some of these test tubes.
And kind of look at those. So, and verbally recount the capabilities, and combining those two, if that's what happened, it would not be fun. Though it might explain some of the things that these creatures can do.
Would you like to go further into the vault?
Yes.
I'm going to continue to watch our backs as we go in, letting Jack and Eugene, do most of the forward looking.
Okay.
Now, is this still pretty close quarters?
Close what?
Is this still pretty, like, close quarters? Like, it'll be hard to use long guns?
No. This vault, while it has the pillars for the structural stability side of things, it doesn't really have a lot of walls. It was built to be very open. So you don't have, while you are technically close quarters and as far as like you're close to everything, you don't have any obstacles that will prevent you from using your rifles in a fairly normal method.
Alright, so I'll get my old faithful out.
All right. As you venture further, you come into what appears to be, or you get to the end of this initial laboratory with a big window, and you look down, and it looks like they set up a habitation area for the creatures that they were testing on, to give them an area to observe them as they did whatever tests they were doing to them. Will you venture into there?
Swap over to swap out the Ripper for the custom rifle.
Okay.
Are there internal light system?
Barely. There are some red lights, like emergency lighting systems going on, but they're not white. They are red.
Gotcha.
All right.
Speaking of, you at this point you are starting to get away from any kind of natural lighting. Will you use your headlamps?
I was about to ask if I saw movement.
Yeah, well, I'll turn mine on, and I'm scanning for any kind of terminal or potential power source.
Okay.
To turn the lights on.
All right, I will go at you one at a time here. As you all three flip on your lights, the first thing you notice, Slash, as you're the rear guard, is several, like dozens of eyes staring at you, now reflecting the light from your headlamp. Several of them scatter. The closer ones kind of scatter and move back away from the edge of the light, but the ones further away, they don't seem to act like they feel like they're in danger or anything. They continue to stay where they are and continue to stare at you, just kind of stalking. You see some of them moving around, but you didn't catch anything directly in your light, just the reflection of all these eyes looking at you.
Can I do an action?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. We'll get back to that in a moment. I want to let everybody know what they see, because this is all happening at the same time first.
Understood.
Jack, as you turn your light on and begin looking for any kind of movement down in the, what would you call it? I guess we'll call it
Habitat.
aquarium. Habitat, that's it.
Oh.
Habitat. As you look into the habitat area, you don't see any movement down there. Everything seems to be still. A lot of the foliage that they had in there is, long dead and gone. But it does seem like somehow either it was originally designed this way, or there has been a cave in at some point. There's a lot of sand down there. So just looking at it, you're like, oh, this is any random spot that we've traveled across lately. You would even guess that there's potentially some small caves inside of this area as well.
Okay.
Eugene, you flip yours on. You begin scanning for any kind of terminals. You do see a terminal just a little to the left of the door that leads to the ladder that goes into the habitat area. Your gut tells you it probably only controls the door, but there's a chance you can use it to access the network of this vault. A slim chance, but a chance nonetheless. Now, are there actions that any of you would like to take?
Yes.
Yes. What would you like to do?
I'm popping flare towards the back.
Okay.
I see the ones in the far back, and I'm going to shoot the flare towards them.
All right. Just hold on to that for a second. Anybody else going to take action?
You got to think about that one.
Oh no! I'm just I'm trying to do it all at once.
Gotcha.
So
I'll say company. Boom.
Yeah. Actually, I'll look in the direction Slash was throwing stuff at. So.
Okay. All right, Eugene.
I say go in for the terminal, cover me, and I'll bring my power armor close to it, and basically just use it as a wall.
Okay.
Basically try to box myself in, hop out of it, and attempt to hack the terminal.
Okay. So Slash fires the flare into the area that you have already walked through. As it goes through, Slash, you do see the actual full outlines of the Phantom Stalkers now, as they scatter and hide underneath desks and everything. But they never stray very far from where they are. They just kind of hide from the moving light. Unfortunately, because you are indoors, and the roof now is not really all that tall, so the flare, and you also fired the flare in a straight line towards the back instead of into the air. It does eventually reach the end of the room, and kind of like it still is burning bright, but it lands in an area where it just like that light is being blocked by the test tubes, by like now when I say test tubes, we're talking about the big ones that are holding these creatures. All the desks and the burnt out computer terminals and everything there, it's kind of blocking all that. However, during the process of it traveling that way, you get to get a better look at all of the equipment here. And while many of the test tubes are still upright and in their position, there are several others that have fallen. They're broken open. Some have skeletal remains. Whatever's in there is laying out next to the tube. Others, it seems like whatever's in there is gone. And you see several human remains in lab coats as well. Eugene, you get to the terminal. As you get out of your power armor and turn around towards the terminal, you hear the flare going. You see the light coming from it, but because it's going behind you, you're not really being affected by it that much. You get the terminal interface activated, and it does really only have one option: unlock habitat. You know a little bit about computers, and you believe you can at least attempt to access the console, or the terminal. What did they call it in Fallout? I don't know. Yeah, the command line in order to get root access. So, would you like to attempt that?
Yeah.
All right. It is because this terminal locked down and everything, it was originally only designed to control this door. It is going to be a difficulty 3 to try and get into the well, you're technically doing two things. You're getting into the command line and then accessing the overall network of the vault. That's why difficulty 3.
Okay. Hacker perk brings it down to 2.
Okay.
Love it.
And I'm assuming I'm just science.
Yes.
All right. Let's spend an AP. Cautious nature, the 20.
All right.
Yeah. Please.
Create a cautious nature alert for us too. Target number is 15, so that's a success. That gets you the 2 successes you need. All right. You now have access to the network. You see that there is one other active terminal, but it doesn't give you one other active terminal on the network, but it does not give you its location. Within this network, stored on this particular vault servers, there are several files, logs, scientific logs from the experiments that they were doing here. And very few, you see a few entries about automated turrets, but there doesn't seem to be any controls to command those turrets here. What would you like to look at as far as the things I've mentioned, or is there something else you would like to specifically try and look for on the network?
Does it mention the status of the turrets, like active?
It does not. The things you're seeing about the turrets, it seems to be memos or emails with where turrets is the subject line, but nothing in a like there is no. How should I put it? What you're seeing right now, there's no operating system for really anything in here aside from no software to control anything. That's what it is.
Okay, but enough for me to know that there are turrets in here and they could be potentially active.
Not unless you read the files.
Okay.
Enough for you to think that maybe there's turrets, maybe there's not. Or they were asking for turrets, or they were complaining about the turrets. You're not entirely sure because all the subject lines that contain turret or file names, when it comes to the memos that contains turrets, there's like a mixture of things. So you would really have to like decide to read some of those entries to get more information.
Okay. I would attempt to read more about the scientific logs, just about these creatures, just looking specifically for any kind of like weakness or anything like that. Like I know about the light, but
so you do find that they did base the was now being referred to by the Wastelanders as Phantom Stalkers. Those were based on the hyenas. Let me double check that in my notes here. Oh, I don't have it in my notes. Oh, crud. Anyway, we'll say yes, because I am using the hyena sounds anyway. They did base them on the hyenas. They found that while using the FEV to kind of try and evolve them into a superior hunter, that while it increased all of their advantages that they have, it also increased their disadvantages, most notably light sensitivity. However, they do not note any other kind of physical disadvantages, as that was their primary area of focus in order to enhance these creatures. It seems that they had plans to deploy them in the war against China, against communism. They brought in many specimens. They started breeding their own specimens, and they also, in this particular facility, they had many other creatures that they were testing with. Although the only other notable one was the Texas horned lizard. I said toad earlier, it's technically lizard. The Texas horned lizard. The FEV virus, forced evolutionary virus, had an amazing effect on the horned lizard. And to date, and this of course is like hundreds of years ago on this particular entry that you're reading, but it says to date, we've found no weaknesses in our specimens of the horned lizard. We recommend deployment to the battlefield as soon as possible.
do the notes indicate that it grew in size?
Yes, an immense amount.
Okay.
And last thing I wanted to check, you said that there was an option to open the habitat.
Yes.
So are we looking at like one big room that's currently closed? If that
Yep,
would open?
you have to your left of the terminal here, there is a door. And if you were to open it, or it's more of an unlock, so that door will open, you can go through.
Okay. Do I see anything like potentially hostile in there, or is it like, are there any windows, or is it just I see a door and then sheet metal essentially?
No, so where you're at is where the door is, and there's a solid wall that the terminal is connected to. But then to the right of that terminal is the window that you guys had approached already. And it's like just one long window, half the wall, and it's basically where you're at is an observatory position to observe the habitat, and that is where Jack had been looking earlier and did not see any movement down there.
I'm going to go ahead and just unlock that door then.
Okay. As you unlock the door, it brings up the log, and you see that on the same day that you raided the secret vault, that was the first time this door had been unlocked in, since the bombs fell.
All right. So just really quickly, just relay what info I can to the group. Just slashes right. We opened up a can of worms in the vault, and looks like, would you say a Texas horned lizard?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Looks like that's going to be was trying to crush us earlier.
With that door opened, as you finish telling that, and you're still kind of typing away at the terminal, out of the corner of your eye on the left, you see some eyes just kind of sneaking out of the doorway.
More.
Like within reach of me.
Very quickly, yes. You are. The door itself, the terminal is mounted less than a foot from the edge of the door frame. So you're standing right next to that door.
I get my. I'm assuming I don't have enough time to hop in my power armor. So if that's not the case, then I'm.
You can attempt it. At this point, because of how close it is, depending on what you do, there may or may not be a skill roll.
I'm going to. Yeah, my instinct is going for the power armor.
Okay. I want a athletics check from you for that, and switch it to agility athletics. And we'll make it a difficulty 1 because that you are very used to getting in and out of your power armor fairly quickly. However, I am going to increase the threat range, complication range, to 18 to 20. Because of the impending threat that's right next to you.
Okay. Going to cautious reroll or cautious nature at 20.
Okay, there you go. So that's 2 successes on the 1 knee. That gives you an action point back. It does lunge at you just as you get inside of your power armor, and it closes up, and it lands on the other side, and then quickly skitters off and disappears into the shadows.
I'm gonna rejoin the group.
Okay.
Right, doors open, guys. You want to keep going, or are we gonna try to fight these guys off? Nothing in the logs that says these things can't open doors.
Was that from the habitat or from elsewhere?
As from the direction you just came.
Okay. Six in one, half a dozen in the other. Is there not of these things that are somewhat more numerous than others, or is it kind of an even split?
It seems pretty even to you as far as the noise go. They're keeping very much into the shadows outside of the range of your headlamps. You see the reflection of the eyes, but they're moving. They are consistently moving.
All right, so I'm gonna try, put the knife away, pull out one of the frags, and roll it to about where I think some of these are.
Okay. Rolling. You're pulling the pin before you roll it?
Yeah, arm it and all, just instead of throwing it, like, just... I'm bowling for monsters, so...
Okay. Yeah, give me an explosives check.
Okay.
They're always difficulty 2 for explosives, right?
Double check that, cause... Melee... Thing to load. Throwing weapon. Explosive. Okay, it's showing there.
Yeah, I see. But we'll stick with 2 for now.
Alright.
Considering what you're trying to do in the darkness and everything, I think that's appropriate
Well,
enough.
as far as darkness is...
Oh yeah, I just found it.
-1.
Dangerous objects. All of the explosive things are difficult
Yes.
to, except for
when it's
just traps. The frag mine and grenades are like so it's difficult to do.
Okay, so it's straight... Straight explosives? Okay.
Yep. All right. The grenade gets to where you wanted it to be, and explodes. You hear shards of metal going everywhere because there are, of course, still the turned over desks and everything over there. So you know you've done some damage to the desks. You hear a couple of whimpers, high-pitched whimpers, but nothing serious as far as you can tell.
Okay. And I'll take one out of my inventory.
Alright. So you know you've got a large something coming in from behind you, the direction you came. You have the habitat area, the door is open. Have you shared the other information how much of the information did you share, Eugene?
Pretty much all of it, I believe. Just,
Okay.
we opened up a can of worms when we went to the vault, and that released these guys, and then the lizard.
And you did not read anything about the turrets?
No, I didn't.
Alright. What is the party going to do?
Where'd you throw the grenade?
Over by some of the desks.
He's trying to hit a concentration of the reflective eyes, but does not seem to have been very effective.
Now, now there was some more stuff on that terminal, but I don't know if we have time for it.
All right. And my night person seems to not be working. Beans. All right.
What is your night person? You haven't mentioned
Reduces
it
the difficulty by 1 for darkness.
yet. Okay. Well, I'll give you an action point for that last roll, since you had 2 successes. You got to remember, I don't have all your perks memorized.
No,
So-
and that's why I've been trying to do well. But it only seems to work for difficulty, so it's not like it's like some other systems of this constant thing.
Yeah. You're looking for something like dark vision is what you're wanting to have, right?
Not available for human-based creatures, as far as I know.
I
Without
don't think D20
mods for
really has it at all.
well, I think there are certain mods for power armor, and there might be some equipment.
Oh yeah,
gives.
it's night vision and everything, but yeah.
Yeah. So, don't see anything in particular circling. Might have wounded a couple of them.
Yeah, and they don't seem to be circling around behind you all that much. They're just kind of keeping like a half circle in the direction you came from, kind of keeping you trapped in this area.
All right, and
All right. The time limit has passed. I was running a clock
yeah,
behind the scenes here, y'all. The party has been kind of like very indecisive.
well,
this
I
moment.
would like to get the fight started, but unfortunately,
Oh no, that. Yeah, y'all didn't go to where the actual trigger was for the fight. So we're getting close on time here. So
Yeah. Basically, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hold until something, comes at me, and then I'll start shooting at it. So, especially after him throwing the grenade, and it doesn't seem to, they're hold up in, a defensive pattern.
as you're standing there looking at this group, trying to find a way to attack them or move, and kind of deciding not to move into the habitat area, directly from the area that you came from, so immediately across the laboratory, you see a pair of eyes slowly open up, and it's standing multiple heads above all the other eyes. Why can't I show that? Let's see, can I show this? Let's grab this. That didn't work. Let's do this. Alright, I gotta create a new image. Drag this in. Share. Your lights begin to set on it, and as it comes into view,
Ooh.
all right.
I think a
That's
little
where-
pea came out.
that's where we will end it for today.
I'm definitely switching to the missile launcher. But yeah,
Missile launcher. Have fun with that.
Yeah, aim for the mouth.
So our next session will be March 1st
Mhm.
for session 42, where
We will have the answer.
Yeah, we'll finally encounter this thing. I was like, y'all were supposed to go down to into the habitat.
Yeah, and I'm getting
I didn't
flash.
like that.
The whole time I'm getting flashes of the raptor enclosure in Jurassic Park 1. So
Yeah.
Big empty room. This looks safe.
So it's,
But- It's literally what my character's thinking right now. Like, I ain't messing with this.
Yeah. I just, the layer actions, were frightening me. I was like, okay, there's, yeah.
Yep. So that was.
So, stream. We'll see you in 2 weeks for another Fallout, and